What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the Break Zone as we give you live coverage of the Meta Potion Cicuit NorCal event number 2 right here in beautiful Fresno, California at Crazy Squirrel Game Store. I also like to thank, before we start, I'd like to thank Jacob Parnell for running a great tournament here, and Jennifer Ward for everything her and her staff has done for us while we give you this live event coverage here from Fresno, California. We're about to start our round 4 match. It's going to be awesome. This is the last match before we jump into top 4s. We're going to jump into a match that's going on right now between Tiffany and James. We hope you guys enjoy it. If you like what we're doing here at the Break Zone, hit subscribe. Thumbs up or thumbs down if you like what we're doing. If you want to be notified of anything else that we do, go hit that subscribe button and join us. All right, we're going to jump on to the next event, the next match, and our Swiss round 4 before top 4s. All right, we have Tiffany and James playing here at our featured table. Again, this is the Swiss round 4 for the event. After this, we're going to do top 4 cut before we jump into the grand finals.
Very angry.
All right, players are about to cut their decks and see who's going to go first, and we're going to get started. Thanks again, everybody, for joining us here as we do a live coverage of the Meta Potion Cicuit of NorCal event number 2 at Crazy Squirrel Game Store here in Fresno, California.
We are ready to begin.
All right, players.
And start.
And viewers, we're about to begin on this last Swiss round here at the feature table. Both players have been battling out for the whole day. Everybody's been playing really well. It's interesting to see all the different types of metas we've seen. We've seen a lot of Gomez. We've seen a lot of Lightning. Let's see if that trend continues with Tiffany and James' deck. Looks like both players are going to mulligan and draw new hands. And looks like we're about to start. All right, looks like James starting off with the draw. Let's see how he does this. All right, looks like he's going to pitch his Zangan for a red mage and passing his turn. And Tiffany's up. Sees that James is playing fire. What is she going to do here? She's going to go ahead and play the Yuna. Strong play. She's pitching an Archer for what looks like a Fran. And is she going to continue her play? So just to give viewers a little bit of idea, Yuna is going to make all your water summons cheaper. And Fran's going to really help on that Balthier end. James draws his 2 cards as he starts his turn. He's got some options. Let's see what he's going to go with. It's really interesting to see the different types of elements that we've been seeing being played today. We've seen fire, a lot of, wow. Right into a land, it's going to be immediately board presence. Land is a fantastic card. A lot of pressure. One of the most aggressive cards you can get from Opus 1. Let's go ahead and take a look at how Land is played, what he does, so that our viewers can take a look. One of my favorite cards, if you ever watch any of our Break Zone discussions, you'll notice that Land is one of our top 5 cards in Fire for Opus 1. One of just the most aggressive cards you can do. One of the most aggressive cards you can play right now. It can't be blocked by anything higher. It can't block anything higher, so you're always going to be in that neutral. And if your opponent's 4s are a lot larger, it's just going to go right through. So it's a strong play here. James plays into a black mage on his backup end and ends his turn. Tiffany's going to, let's see what Tiffany does. She discards the Sylph and plays into a Warrior of Light. wow, the War of Light is not actually going to be able to block that land. It's going to go right through, but right now it's going to be able to trade. So right now with both Tiffany and James being at 0-0, trading right now is not so bad. In fact, I actually really like Tiffany's play right now because this Warrior of Light is going to pull double duty. If something else bigger comes along, it's going to be able to block that. It's not going to be able to block the land. However, you're going to still be able to trade if James keeps the aggression with the land. However, if James doesn't attack with the land, it's going to be diminishing because you're not going to get any value out of that land if it just sits there. It's not going to be able to block the oncoming Warrior of Light on the defensive end, so you really need to push. When you play a card like land, you really need to push the aggressive end of it and hopefully try to get something to happen. See, looks like he's going to enter his attack phase. He's going to go ahead and swing with land. Tiffany's going to go ahead and let that go through. And James is on the board. First point of damage in this match. Looks like he's pitching a Vivi, and dueling his Red Mage. Pitching a Brunhilde. And he's going to play a VV Legendary, which is going to do 4,000 plus 1,000 for each card in your hand. However, Warrior of Light does take 2,000 less damage. So is that enough to kill him? Again, that one is also just by 2,000. It's enough to take him down because of that extra Ifrit. Alright, so that's a lot of cards being played to get rid of that Warrior of Light. As you can see, the value of Warrior of Light is huge. For each source of damage, each time it takes damage, it takes 2,000 less. So you need to do a lot in one hit or do a lot in multiple hits to add up. Tiffany's going to go ahead and play the Pain. She gets a draw card because she got the Yuna out. Let's see if she draws into something that's going to allow her to stabilize the board. She's got a point of damage on her, and she's looking at both VV and land. She can block the land now and trade. The VV is only 4,000, so she has an opportunity to continue trying to wrestle away the board state from James, which right now is leaning slightly in his favor. Tiffany's taking a lot of play, seeing what she can do, and she plays into a Dorgan. Okay, the Dorgan can also block the land, or she can actually break the land. You can't quite use his ability. Oh, actually, yeah, you need to duel him to use the ability. So she might let a couple points of damage in, but she's done a good job of securing the board state. She's kind of moved a little bit back towards her end. If James continues to play direct damage cards, she might be in a tough position. But James has burnt a lot of his cards in his hand. He drew 2. For fire, you need a lot of cards to continue to do that type of damage, to continue to wipe the board away, and you need to continue to be aggressive to capitalize on an empty board state. Tiffany has done a good job of grabbing the board state back in closer to her favor, and seeing what she can do. She's going to go ahead, attack with the land, and block with the Pain, which is a great trade. She got value out of that Pain, and already got the card draw. He's going to go ahead and play the Rubicante, which whenever he attacks, untaps all of the. Whenever he attacks, he activates all of the opposing opponent's forwards. It's kind of a double-edged sword, but you're banking on the fact that Rubicante being 9,000, and if you actually have a LeBeau out, is going to be a lot bigger than any of the forwards that you're activating. Tiffany has an opportunity here to continue to get the board state back in her end, so she can stabilize. Hopefully, she's able to play another forward, or perhaps build up into the backup line. You can take a couple points of damage right now and not be completely out of sync. She goes and plays the Balthier, which is going to be a little bit larger because he's got Fran, and it's able to use a special ability. So it's a good play. I like this. It's a solid play, especially because when you get into the attack phase, you can go ahead and use, not this turn, but you can go ahead and use Balthier's active ability, and if he attacks with Rubicante, it's going to activate. You can use it again, so you can get rid of, perhaps Vivi is a possible play, so she has opportunity here to completely even the board state. Right now, I like her favors. I like that Balthier play. It's strong right now. It's a good solid play. James is thinking about what he's going to be able to do, what he can do here. He's going to enter combat phase. He's going to swing with the Rubicante. Is Tiffany going to take that damage? He's going to. She's going to go ahead and use Dorgan's special ability, and it's going to go ahead and break the Rubicante as an even trade across. I like that. If you were to block, that wouldn't have been the best move for her. It's a good play. I like the weight of the Dorgan. James now is looking at a really big Balthier, and he's only got a Vivi out. Is he going to attack with that Vivi? Does he? Let's see. He is up. Let's see if he's going to do anything here on the block. Is she going to let that through and race, or is she going to block and she's going to taking her time right here, thinking about what she can do. Goes and block. It's going to go ahead and use the Black Mage. So does 8,000 damage. Looks like it's a trade. Let's take a look at that Fran. I believe that's a Fran. She goes and plays the Aerith, letting her untap. It's always a strong play to play Aerith. And passes her turn. I like her board state right now. She only has a point of damage on her. She's got 3 backups. She's got the Aerith out. She has opportunity. She needs to try to reload her hand a little bit. Hopefully not at the cost of taking any more damage. Let's see what James is going to do here. He's going to pitch 2 cards. He's going to play the Rubicante again. And passes his turn. Okay. Alright, it's Tiffany's turn. She's looking at the Rubicante again. Does she have anything to do to go ahead and deal with that? She can take a couple points of damage right now. It's still early in the match. She can take the points of damage, or she can try to build out her backup line, or she can try to stabilize the forward end. So there's a lot of different things that she can try to do right now. She plays the Barts. She's going to letting her untap all of her wind backups. It is a 9k. What else can she do with that? And she's going to go ahead and pass her turn. James draws. He's looking at 3 cards in his hand. Is he going to be able to continue this pressure? Is it wise for him to play into a backup line? It's really interesting to see what he's going to go with this. He's definitely on the losing end of the backup line. He's pitching a lot of cards to keep 1 or 2 cards alive or in play. So a lot of players at this point in time, they like to keep that backup line going. And if you're at a stalemate, it's better to build up your backup so that your plays later can be a lot more effective, a lot more efficient. If he passes his turn, Tiffany goes ahead and draws 2 cards. Is she going to attack? Does she have something that she can do here? She pitches a card. She's going to go ahead and play into, looks like a Barbarisha. Then she's going to attack.
Choose 1 card that player controls to at 3,000 damage, 1,000 more for each card.
So when Barbarisha comes out, she's going to choose a forward, and its power becomes 1,000. James pulls over and activates a Black Waltz. It's not going to do much to the 9,000 Barts. And he takes his first point of damage. So Tiffany's on the board now. She's dealt her first point of damage to James in our Swiss round 4 of the Meta Potion Circuit, North Korea event number 2. Thank you for joining us. So we hope you're enjoying the stream as we watch 2 players duel it out to see who makes the top 4 cut. Okay, James is mulling over what he can do here. He's looking at a Barbarisha and a Bartz. The Bartz is rather large. It is a big forward at 9,000. Though he does have the Rubicante. However, if he attacks with the Rubicante, it's going to activate Tiffany's Bartz. So right now, he's not looking at an advantageous board state. He's got a forward out. And only 1 backup. He's been pitching a lot of cards to play that 1 backup, so he's going through a lot of cards right now. He's not getting as much value as he wants because these cards are supposed to be aggressive and put points of damage on the board, so he's not quite getting that now. Does he change gears? Is he going to continue with this? We'll see when he makes his play. Okay, it looks like James has a play in mind. Let's see what he's going to go ahead and do here. Pitches 2 cards. He's going to play the teller. So it's a good play. You're going to use a teller to break something that's game breaking. However, you pitch 2 cards to play the teller, which you're probably going to try to use next turn to break the Bartz. If Tiffany has a way to activate that Planet Protector, that's going to be a wasted teller, and you're going to lose a backup for that. She drops the Maria, which is going to be huge. Bartz is now 10k. Barbarita is now 8k. So is she going to use this Maria to add aggression? There she goes. She goes and attacks. Looks like James is going to take this point of damage. He goes and takes the point of damage, flipping over. Nothing that's going to help him on that end. That Maria seems to be quite clutch right now. She passes her turn, and James goes and draws his cards. He needs a way to get rid of that Bartz, or he's going to be looking at a 10k forward every turn. Right now, Tiffany has done a good job of neutralizing that Rubicante. She wants him to attack. She wants him to attack into an unactivated Bartz. It's going to activate the Bartz. Is she going to block with the Bartz? She's going to block with the Bartz. It's going to go into a Belias, giving Rubicante 1,000, which is enough to 1,000 and first strike, I believe, which is enough to break the Bartz. He gets to draw a card. That's a solid play there with the Belias. Very efficient, keeping more cards in his hands, being able to play that. Now he's going to go ahead and go on defensive, dropping the Warrior of Light, which if you guys take a look at the Break Zone's top 5, Warrior of Light is in there. It is an amazingly valuable card in terms of efficiency, in terms of the value you get. Let's take a look at it and see how it's going to affect this match. So Warrior of Light is going to deal double damage if it deals damage to a forward cost of 4 or more. So like Bartz, he is able to trade up and kill Bartz when doing double damage. So it's going to play Baby Bartz. It's going to allow her to go ahead and untap, activate a couple of win forwards or backups. So she does so. And she passes her turn. James draws his 2 cards. And it's up to James' turn to act. Again, thank you for joining us at the Meta Potion Cicuit event number 2 as the Break Zone live streams this event and the Swiss round 4 before we cut the top 4. James is going to attack with the Rubicante. All of Tiffany's forwards are already activated. She's going to go ahead and take that point of damage. She flips over a ball there, which isn't going to help her right now. And James has evened up the damage at 2 apiece. Is he going to continue to attack with the Warrior of Light? He's gotten good value out of the Rubicante now that the Bartz is gone. It's okay for Tiffany. She can take a few points of damage and hopes to further stabilize. She's still winning on a backup game, so her play as the turns draw on are going to be more efficient. She's not going to be pitching as many cards as James are to continue to play. She's also got that Maria out, and she also has the Aerith untapped. James is thinking about what he can do here. Is he going to continue with his attack phase, or is he going to enter his main phase 2? Looks like he's going to continue the attack phase with a War of Light attacking. Tiffany's going to let that damage go through. She flips over a War of Light on her damage zone, and her second main phase, he's going to bring out a Sync. And Tiffany's at 3 points of damage. Very productive round for James as he adds 2 more points of damage, wrestles board control back, and adds another forward out. Tiffany does have a lot of cards in her hands. Let's see if she can use this to stabilize the board, which has gone slightly in James's favor. She's still winning on the backup end though, so her plays are going to be much more efficient. She's going to need to be able to play efficiently to get that. So she's got the pain into the Yuna, which is going to give her a free card draw, which is great. She pitched a card to play that, so you're getting that card back. Basically, the pain only costs 1 win CP.
I just traded for someone.
She's got an open board state other than that Sync. It looks like James's backups are all dulled. Is she going to be able... Oh, no, she passes her turn. James is going to go ahead and draw. She does have resources at hand on Tiffany's end. Is James going to continue the aggression here?
He would have won. No. He took it back.
Okay, James is up to act. He's taking a look at the board state to see what his options are. A lot of players at this point in the game, when the board state is more or less in the middle, slightly favoring one or another player, chooses to play backup lines because, like Tiffany has done, she's only going to get more efficient. Her plays are only going to get more efficient. She's going to end up having more cards, having more options to play more things. You know, you want to keep that backup line going at some point. So let's take a look at Sync, which is a card that James is activating right now. And oh wow! So Tiffany plays her Planet Protector, stopping all of her characters from being able to be chosen by spells or summons or abilities. So that stops the special that James is trying to do here. And untaps all of her characters. That's a strong play on Tiffany's end. He attacks into with the Rubicante, which she's going to block. Is James going to continue with the aggression on the Warrior of Light? I believe Warrior of Light isn't going to use his ability on either of these forwards. He passes his turn, and Tiffany has a chance to further stabilize the board. Will she be able to do so? She assesses the board state and mulls over what's possible plays for her on this end. I like her backup line right now. The Fran isn't getting a lot done for her, but it's still a backup. She still has, she can still activate it for wind resources. So her plays, she just has more opportunities to make different plays here. I like seeing her backup line fleshed out. When you have 4-5 backups and you only have 3 points of damage on you, that's a good board to have. Hopefully you can continue to draw those cards. Continue to take a look and see what other options you have. It's only a matter of time. Hopefully she can hold out against this aggression that James is putting with the Monofire deck. She pitches and looks like she's playing a Balthier. Wow, that's great. The Balthier is going to be really helpful. It's sitting there at 9,000. She has Fran. Fran can help make it bigger. She's finally going to get some value out of that Fran. Strong play. I like that play there. Tiffany takes a look at her break zone. And we've just hit 5 minutes in the match. We have 5 minutes in this match. Tiffany's going to go ahead and attack with the 8,000 Barbaritza. It's not going to activate the Warrior of Light's damage. Double damage right now. Is James going to let this one go through? He is going to let this one go through. He flips over nothing that's going to help him on the exit burst. He takes a point of damage. Is Tiffany going to continue the attack here? She does not. It looks like she passes a turn. She ties it up. A pragmatic play there. James does have hands and cards in his hand, so he does have some options here. What is he going to do? Looks like James is trying to ascertain the best move here. Sitting on 6 cards, he needs to play something. You can only have 5 cards at the end of your turn in your hand. He's going to dole the red mage. He's going to make... He's going to... Wow. She's going to Planet Protector again. Let's go ahead and take a look at that card, the Earth. You see it a lot. It's a very, very strong card. She plays that to protect all of her forwards. And it activates all her forwards at the same time. It's a really strong ability. I hope she can capitalize on using it. It's a special ability. You can attack with the Rubicante. The Rubicante is only 9k. Balthier is going to block. Fran's going to pump him up, making Balthier right around 10,000. Is James going to react? Looks like he's going to pitch a Vivi to play an Ifrit, which is not going to work because that's until the end of turn. That Planet Protector comes in. He's going to have to take that Rubicante. Right now, he's looking at that Planet Protector is doing some work for the end of the turn. Tiffany lets James take that move back. The Rubicon gets put into the break zone, and let's see if James has got another play into. Is he going to attack with that Warrior of Light? Play into the Emperor Zande. Okay. Emperor Zande is a bit of a bully. It's only sitting at 9k though, so it's okay. It looks like Balthier is going to be able to take it out. However, when Zande leaves, it's going to deal some damage. If you're playing water, and you see Emperor Zande out, you got to be careful when you're playing the Zande. I know personally when I play a Zande, I'm always worried about a vein on the ice end or any type of bounce on. It's always gonna. Oh wow! And there we go. Bounce the Zande. You're gonna get a lot of value out of that, especially with the Yuna. You pitched one card. They had to pitch a couple just to get Zande out. Tiffany's looking at a very advantageous board state. She's only have to go through a War of Light. She's got three forwards out. Barbaritia, Pain, and Balthier. If she keeps that Balthier around, it's going to take the double damage. So you definitely want to attack with the Balthier. There you go. She attacks with the Balthier because if she does double damage, she might be able to trade and then add to defeat. So now it's at 9,000. Is James going to block here?
No, it's 5,000. He does 10,000.
Oh, so she plays a Cuckoo Kachu, dropping his power level down so that when he does double damage, it's not enough to kill him. So he loses 3,000 damage power. So right now, War of Light is effectively 2,000. So it only does 4,000. He walks right into the Balthier. She gets to draw a card. That's a really strong play on the Kuchaloon. She's going to go ahead and attack. It's going to attack with the... Going to take the Belias. It's not going to do anything. He's going to target something, but he does take a point of damage there. And another point of damage there. It's going to bring James to 5 points of damage. And we are at turn, so this is going to be turn 1. James is going to go ahead and does 4. It already took 4, 8, 6. That's right. Let's see if James can do anything else here. James is looking at a board state. If he can try to mitigate some of this, he's going to be paying a lot because he only has 2 backups. Again, Tiffany's backup line is definitely putting in some work for her. She's able to play more cards and have more options. Looks like James has got a play in hand. Let's see what he can do. He's sitting at 5 points of damage, so he needs to have an answer. Is he going to enter combat?
I know you were taking the head too, right? Are we off stream, Johnny?
See what James is going to do here. He's going to play the Zande. Okay. It's going to help him stabilize the board on the forwards end. Looks like he... Yep, looks like he pitched a couple cards to play that Zande. Tiffany, if she can somehow deal with the Zande and think she can swing in for Fatal. Let's see what she has in her hand, what she's going to be able to do here. Again, we're seeing the Aerith play. It really saved her a few turns now. So, you know, having that backup line, having the ability to use it, and having those cards has proved fortuitous for Tiffany. She's in a more or less even board state right now. That Zande does throw a little bit of a wrench in her plans. If she can deal with that Zande and not get walled up, she might have an opportunity to go ahead and swing in for Fatal. She's going to do a Veil 4. She's going to do $3,000 forwards. Because she has a Yuna, she's going to be able to activate all of her backups. She's going to attack with the Barbariccia. That's at 8,000. James is going to take that damage, putting him at 6. So he sacrifices the Tella to do 9,000 to break the pain, which I think is actually a fair play on Tiffany's end. He's losing a backup to get a forward that she got for free, basically, because as she drops a pain, she's going to be able to activate and draw. That's a free card. That is a great play right there. It's going to continue to add the pressure on her end. Does she have another play here to maybe push it through? Is she going to continue, or let's see? It's been a great match, a lot of back and forth. To our viewers, thank you for joining us here at the Break Zone as we cover the Meta Potion Cicuit NorCal event number 2 live from Fresno and Crazy Squirrel Game Store. And Tiffany goes ahead and plays the Warrior of Light, which is really going to help her here. The Warrior of Light is sitting here at 9,000. It's going to take 2,000 less on any types of damage it's taking. Let's see if that's enough for her to go in for Fatal after this turn. James has to deal with the Warrior of Light first. Otherwise, it's just going to block that Zande and trade, because the Zande is going to have to target the Warrior of Light with its outgoing ability if it wants to kill it. Or if she would just block with the pain and on the backswing go in. So, let's see. Let's see what play he has here. Looks like he's mulling up. He's going to go ahead and play the Emperor. It's going to stop all activated abilities on all of Tiffany's characters, not just forwards, backups included. Is he going to attack here? Or is he going to wait? It looks like he's going to have to... Alright. Looks like he's going to... He's going to try and target Vayne with the Sync. And going to swing with the Zande. He's going to do the 5,000 to... Looks like Warrior of Light, which is only dealing 3,000.
No, this one didn't attack. This you tap it to
yeah. So forcing it to block. Is that worth it right there? He's gonna need to. He's going to need to go back around. It might be a game. Oh, and there you go. James sees that the board state is not going to be in his favor. Tiffany takes down the win. It looks like on the back end, Tiffany's going to come back around and just swing in for fatal, and James has nothing to answer for that.
We have a draw, double loss, if a king down to turn.
Yeah.
Oh, you win if we finish because I was playing for the draw.
All right, so James
It doesn't
concede.
always come down to time, so that means you guys will both do good first.
All right, and that ends up our switch. It looks like Tiffany takes down the win.
I don't want to be known on the internet as having lost.
So we saw a really strong game played by both players. You see how Mono Fire does a lot of the aggression. It keeps the pressure going. But the bad part about Mono Fire is that you need constant card draw to continue that push because you're playing without a lot of backups. It's one of the great things about this game is resource management, and we see that on effect here because Fire is consistently pitching cards so that they can play forwards. If you're able to deal with those forwards, you're actually getting more value out of dealing with the forwards than the player is that's playing them because they need to lose a lot of cards just to play them. So as Tiffany was able to stabilize the board field, she was able to at the same time play her backups, letting her actually fill out her backup line, making every subsequent play that she's going to make far more efficient, gives her more opportunity, more options, and just better going into the mid game as your card management and resource management becomes even more crucial. Tiffany played a very pragmatic, very calculating game. I like the plays. I like the use of the earth. She really used that at the right time to help her continue to stabilize the board, and she used that opportunity to build up her back line and really continue to move forward to solidify the board state with just far more efficient plays. Again, we see the pain to the Yuna and the Riku, giving it just a free forward and a card draw. It was just overall much more efficient than the Mono Fire end. You see both decks working at kind of the way that they're designed to work. And, Mono Fire works in a way that it's very aggressive, but sometimes you're going to fight, you're going to go up against an opponent that is just much more efficient and forwards that are really just going to block you and wall you out. And we saw that. And Tiffany played a very strong game. Both players played a very strong game. So thank you for joining us here. We are actually going to move on and cover the top four after a little bit of break. Once again, my name is JT. Thank you for joining us at the Break Zone as we give you live coverage of the Meta Potion Cicuit event, NorCal event number 2, here at Crazy Squirrel Game Store in Fresno, California. If you like what we're doing, give us a thumbs up. Or if you don't, give us a thumbs down. And if you want to see more content from us, be sure to hit the subscribe button. We'll always have more content coming out, and we'll be covering the Meta Potion Circuit for all of Northern California here on the Break Zone. So stick around. We're going to have top fours in just a little bit. Thank you for watching our stream. We hope you enjoy what we're doing here, and stick around for top fours.